Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Jeremy, uh, up here in beautiful country, about 2.5 hours drive from Seattle, a place called Leavenworth, Washington, and I did a little hike up a valley called Snow Lakes Trail, which ultimately goes to uh, some really large mountain peaks behind me called the Enchantments. Wanted to get away, catch my breath, kind of think through what's ahead. I'm making this video because, like many of you out there, I've been let go from my job, really let go from my career, in a way, which happened a little more than 2 months ago. And I'm trying to, think about my next move, what's ahead, what to do next, where I would want to work, and all of that. So many of you are faced with that same exact situation. I think yesterday there was an announcement that Dropbox had laid off a ton of people, which is, not easy to hear. I don't care what industry you're in or your situation. These large companies, they're downsizing and trying to, watch their expenses, and especially with the older crowd, in my situation, I wasn't let go because of job performance. It was that the company I worked for, and I was a manufacturer rep, they're trying to trim costs and downsize. And I was a regional sales manager for a tech company, tech company in the data center industry. I've been doing this a long time, and other salespeople were let go in addition to me. And then we come to find out from HR, we get a list of all the titles and ages of people let go, and everyone was 59 years of age or older. And I'm 59. And there were 6 or 7 of us let go around the country: Seattle, Portland, California, New York, DC, Carolinas, and then inside sales and all that. And then the company actually handed out severance packages earlier this year to employees who were 64 years of age and older. And it was almost a requirement to accept the severance package, right? So that's the world we live in. Certainly working for large companies, corporate America. I'd worked for this company for 7 years. And then 5 years before that, I had worked for the same company for 13 or 14 years. So a total of 20 plus years. The funny thing is, or the irony is, that after 13 years, company got bought out, went through a reorg, reshuffle, and downsizing, and I made it through until the 3rd round of layoffs, and then I was let go in 2012. And thankfully found some other work, landed on my feet, and then 5 years later, I came back. So who knows, maybe I'll come back to it again. I don't think the company wants me to come back. They're replacing older workers like myself with younger single somethings in their 20s who make half the amount of money that I was making, really doing the same job. And there's reasons for that, and I'm sure companies have their reasons with regards to payroll and healthcare expenses and just an aging workforce. It's hard not to have resentment and be bitter, have a little bit of anger. I'm confused and upset, and I'm trying to let it go. Even though it's been a little over 2 months, I'm still mentally attached to my company. I've worked there for so long. I know so many people. I know the job inside and out, the products, I know my business partners. I just am so well entrenched with that company. In fact, the day before I was let go, I had travel the next day, meetings lined up, presentations to do. I had a lot of busy work that I had scheduled for the coming 2-3 weeks, and then they just pulled the rug out, you know. So it's a shock to the system, and trying to make sense of it all, you know. But like I said, it's hard to mentally detach. And in my situation, I felt like I really wanted to just put in maybe another six more years with the company, and then retire. And you know, I just feel like at this point, with my age, it's forced retirement, right? Like, they want me to move on, they want me to retire, and it's really interesting. I don't know if that's the word. In a way, like, just after the first 2 days of getting let go, there are a lot of, you know, phone calls from people and some text messages and what happened, and, you know, all this stuff. And now that 2 months have gone by, it's crickets. You know, and that's okay. Everybody who's still there, they're working hard and stressed out, and they're trying to put food on the table and keep their jobs in place and keep things going, right? I understand that, but it is nice to hear from people and coworkers and little check-ins. I had a friend that called yesterday, and he's like, just doing a check-in. Hey, you know, I want to see how you're doing, you know, how you been, and that means a lot, you know. So if you're not fired, or you're not let go or downsized, and you're still with your employer, think of your old coworkers. You know, they're your friends, and I'm sure you do. You know, put a phone call in, do a check-in, see how they're doing, take them out for lunch, pay for it, expense it, you know, do something like that. But yeah, I mean, everyone's situation is a little bit different. This is the 3rd or 4th time this has happened to me over my course of my career, and each time is a little bit different. You know, I'm in a position now where I don't have to be in such a big hurry to go find something else right at the moment anyway. But I do need to think through my financial strategy, and, you know, I was able to make up a lot of lost ground from the '08 housing crisis, you know, like many of us. I went big. I went big time in real estate on the side, and it went bad, and I started over from scratch financially at age 50, and then some. Not just zero, but more than zero. I had to pay back a lot of money to the bank, but you know, I feel grateful that I was able to rebound and make a strong comeback and make up for a lot of lost time and all that. And, you know, money is important for certain, and it's important to be able to have a financial strategy that makes sense, of course, but it's not everything. You know, your mental and emotional well-being is huge. It's how you look at things and embrace things. And I think where I'm at now is, you know, there's nothing I can do about this departure that was mandated towards me, other than my position has been eliminated, which it wasn't. Someone else just moved right into it. And while I could try to file a lawsuit of age discrimination, no one's going to want to pick that case up. It drags on, and the company has already, I'm sure, prepared themselves for that kind of recourse. So I have to let go at this point and be willing to accept the situation, and try to embrace a new life for me going forward. And, you know, while my work is important to me, and it is, and my career has been incredibly important to me, it's not who I am as a person. And, you know, I just feel like so many of us have our own identity wrapped up into the company that we work for. And it's hard not to, because I'm a sales rep, and when I go meet customers and business partners, I am my company's brand. When people see me, they associate my company with me and my company. So a change in that, especially after 7 years, and then the grand scheme is, for me, is 20 years, you know, it's awkward. It's a little shocking for my customer base too. You know, if I went somewhere else, if I went to the competitor, went to go work for another, people understand, right? They get it. But, you know, I've been carrying around my company brand for so long, it's sometimes, you know, it just kind of becomes my identity, who I am, but it's not, you know, it's not who I am. So I think it's important to get out of the house. You know, if you are into the same kind of situation, change it up, go see something different, go get a new perspective on things. Surround yourself with really optimistic, positive people that can speak, you know, good wisdom into your life. I'm a Christian. I attend church. So for me, that's been really great. I'm in a small group, and I've met some people there that are outstanding people, and you know, really good listeners, good encouraging words, and you know, I hope to reciprocate and kind of share the same thing back to you, to hang in there and stay positive and do something nice for yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive or spendy. We're all watching our expenses and all that, but you know, I don't know. Go find something that you love to do, or kind of get your mind off of things a little bit. Many years ago, I was having a real difficult time at work, and I went to the bookstore, and I just started walking around looking at all these different books and subjects, and that was such a huge help, because it just opened my thought life, broadened my thought life, and got me so that I wasn't thinking about things on such a narrow perspective, you know. And I think that's where I'm at now, still after 2 months. I'm still in this narrow thought life of mine about, you know, to do another push 6 more years. It makes the most sense for me to stay in the industry I've been in, because I'm so knowledgeable with it, and that makes total sense, and it pays well, which makes total sense. But what about, you know, doing something totally different? So I don't know. Yeah, so I come up here, and this is one of my favorite places in the world. I absolutely love this place. There's a huge river that runs through this valley. You can't see it right now. I should show it to you later. It's absolutely spectacular. And you know, driving over here today, there's snow in the mountains and the real high elevation. You don't see snow right now, but further back there is. And so I'm just on a little hike today, and I hope you enjoyed watching this, and God bless.